Hello everybody, how are we doing today? A little bit of a slower day it seems, but that's okay. There is a storm rolling, like a pretty big storm rolling through at the moment, so if the stream dies all of a sudden, that's probably the reason why. Yeah, anyways, today we're gonna be finishing up some of the stuff that or not finishing up some of the stuff, we're going to be polishing up some of the changes that we made in the last stream. Last stream, if you recall, or if you weren't here, we ended up putting MCP and integrating MCP with JAIson, so she's able to do stuff like search the internet, see files on my computer, all of that sort of stuff, right? At least if we give her those MCPs. Oh god. Gotta start off with a pipe every time. But yeah, all those changes should be coming out in version 2.2 pretty soon. But speaking of the latest releases, if you're in the Discord server, you will have seen that we finally released version 2.1, as well as made a couple fixes this morning. But I'm so happy we finally got that done, because now I don't have to spend my free time working on that instead of working on this MCP stuff. Enjoy the stream though. I still have to sit at work and do some security patches. Mood. Oh my god. Doing the patches or merging the changes for JAIson yesterday and today was so annoying because there were so many merge conflicts with how much stuff has changed in between all three of the branches, and I couldn't like merge any of the changes from version 2.1.0 to my MCP branch, so I had to rewrite or recopy all of the code on top of the main branch because I couldn't get the things to format properly. Did you fix the voice? No, I did not fix the voice. Okay, the voice fixing, I'm just gonna keep it for now because like right now I really don't care about the voice. I'm working on another voice. Don't get me wrong, and I do want to change the voice, but like that is not in my priority of things right now. There's an error in version 2.1.0. What's the error? There have been a number of errors that we're only just finding now, after that people are reporting after the release has happened. But one of the things that is happening right now, I'm not sure if this is to do with my code or if it's just something with Discord, but for some reason, JAIson can't join Discord calls anymore because he just keeps booting out of it. Like, if I run this, I wanted to have JAIson up for this stream and have her yap while she's in the background, but what the hell? Okay. If I have her join call. He's just unable to join call. I don't know what's going on with that part because it's the same code that I've been using for the previous streams as well, including the MCP stream, so I don't know what is wrong with that part. But yeah, Ducky, if you can like DM me the problem or put it inside of one of the channels, I can take a look at that. But a lot of the fixes, the bot just instantly leaves, yeah. There's like something wrong with it trying to connect to the voice call where it just immediately disconnects because of some connectivity issue. I don't think it's a problem on my end, I think it's just a problem with the Discord bot API right now. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a problem with Discord itself because let's take a look at the changes. There shouldn't be anything different from the last stream at least because I haven't made any changes there except for like maybe some API stuff, but those API stuff does not affect the connectivity to a voice call. Like, we got so many repositories now. YouTube Studio, no. Maybe It's the same. It's the same thing. I've been using this Discord bot for several months now, almost half a year. There's been no problems with it. I've been using the same code in last stream as well. No problems there, but I don't know what's up with this one. Like this is fine. This is fine. Maybe there was a change inside of the voice or Steve extension, but I haven't done a reinstall, so I don't see why that would be a problem. Audio sync stuff is the same thing from before. Audio source stuff is the same thing as from before. Like all this stuff shouldn't affect connectivity. Sync, maybe the sync, I'm not sure. Oh, thank you for the follow, Ito.
Kaitosho_less27 is now following.
I don't know. I'll see tomorrow. Again, if it's still broken, then I'll look through the code to see what is wrong. But I have a feeling it's just on decided Discord at the moment. You were playing around with your JAIson and went offline? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a Discord problem. And there hasn't been a change in 2 months, so definitely not a problem here. Okay, anyways, yeah, we did a release of version 2.1.0, happy with that. There will still be changes coming though, I did mention. A number of, let's say, bug fixes will be coming in version 2.1.1, but also stuff like application auto starting and a lot of the other less important features that I wanted to get done for version 2.1.0 but didn't have time. I will be just working on the side and making those available in version 2.1.1. Hopefully the merge conflicts with that one shouldn't be as horrendous as this one, because my god, I've spent like over 3 hours today and yesterday just fixing these merge conflicts. It's just something else. But yeah, the plan for today, we're still going to carry on. We might not be able to do a bunch of testing because, well, Discord is not working properly right now. But we're going to be taking the changes we made from last stream with all the MCP stuff. We're going to make it polished up and kind of in line with all the other operations, processes, stuff like that we have. And I did give the file structure a little bit more thought, and I think I'm just going to directly integrate it with the prompter, or not directly integrate it. Do we want to directly integrate it? I think we could directly integrate it. That is fine, actually. It's weird though, because I can get my own Discord bots to join call that aren't running the JAIson code. Then I'll probably take a look at it off stream then. I don't want to spend too much time on that today. But yeah, not going to be too long of a stream today. Oh, what is this? Message effect. Your streams are at 11 o'clock for me now? Well, unlucky being a European bro. Actually, 11 o'clock? Oh yeah, that is European time. Unlucky being a European bro, now ain't it? Okay, so the first thing we gotta do, the first thing we gotta do, right now we are loading the MCP servers on startup, and it never changes from then. However, we can easily make it so it does allow for loading and unloading of MCP servers on the fly. Kind of like how we're doing with operations, how we can hot swap on the fly. We just need to iterate through this list and add them as we go. What is up with, okay. So kind of like the same thing we have over here inside of our operations manager. We can load in new operations, but we can also close some operations. And that should be relatively simple to do. So let us get that going. We're going to make 2 new functions. At least I believe we're making 2 new functions. Yeah, we're going to make 2 new functions, call this load MCP. And this one is going to take self, and MCP metadata, is it? MCP detail? MCP detail. We'll just call it MCP detail. This is going to be a dictionary with command args and keyword arguments, or current working directory. Yeah, that's what it's called. So we're going to have that. We're also going to have another function called this close MCP. MCP detail. We need to give it a name though, right? Because our current MCP clients, they don't have any information as to what the name is. Bro is unloading all his bits today. Thank you for another 10 bits, Haku. We're gonna keep track of ID for each of the clients now, or yeah, at least each of the servers. Oh my god, this guy, you have a spending problem. Bro dumps a bunch of bits and immediately calls for gambling time. Oh my god, some things never change. Okay, so for MCP details, we need to add in here, we need to add in the MCP ID for each one as well now. That's okay. So for load an MCP server, we already do this iteratively inside of our start. So I'm just going to copy this over and we'll start trimming out some of the stuff we don't need, such as configuration. We don't need that because we get the MCP detail here. Append on, sure. I guess instead of a list here, we can make a dictionary and key by the ID as well. That can work. And let's do that. MCP clients, this is going to be a dictionary of strings to MCP clients. This is gonna have, we need to validate the MCP detail. That's a to-do for later. But inside of here, we'll take the MCP ID and we'll create our standard IO server parameters. Wait, is that right? No, that's not right. Hold on. What are we doing here? Client params. Why are we adding that to client params? We don't need client params. Self-client params. Where are we getting self-client params from? Self-client parameters. Why do we even have this? We really do not need this. We'll just call this params is equal to you. And then inside of our dictionary, self.clients MCP detail, MCP ID, have this equal to our new client here. Okay, and then for each of the clients inside of here, what the? Why am I getting a Discord notification? Client is equal to this client. We'll activate this client, client dot start, and we'll add this to the tooling prompt. We'll get details first. We'll add to the tooling prompt. We'll add to the response prompt. And then we'll save that client. Although, oh, the fucking timer. Okay, wait. That's what you DM'd me for? Yeah. Is that? No, different. We shouldn't be adding it directly to the tooling prompt. We should probably be building the tooling prompt every single time. Details to tooling prompts. Details. We should save this per client if that's the case. Tool prompt, response prompt. Okay. I'm just kind of lost in this code right now. So, yeah. Because we can't just find, I don't want to use regex patterns to find a particular tooling prompt or response prompt inside of the string. We're just going to construct the prompt every single time we want to get it. That way it has all of the information from only the loaded ones and not ones that were previously loaded. So we need to get this information and store it within when we perform start. So we do this initialize. What the? We do this initialize. We can get the details. And then we can add this to the tooling prompt and the response prompt. Now, get details. Okay. Why? I thought I was on do not disturb. Oh, that's fine. Limit what MCPs are you gonna add? For now, I don't really have a list of MCPs that I want to add. The ones that I do know I would want to add are stuff for internet searching, as well as file searching, and possibly code integration. But I think the rest of that other stuff is better suited as a separate application, such as viewing of my monitor and stuff like that. And pipes. Fine, we'll give her sound effects as well. There's a bunch of stuff that we could add for her. that I really haven't thought of what I wanted to add yet besides those though. Really, the possibilities are endless for what we could add for her now. Okay, this should be enough, right? Why is MCP detail? Oh, that's why. So this should be enough for this part. We might need to add some validation for MCP detail, but that is just nitpicking at the moment. It's gonna spam the hell out of it. Like, she has her own free will. I cannot say what she can and cannot do with the pipes. 7TV compatibility? What do you mean 7TV compatibility? Are you still using GPT? Yes, because I haven't had time to try anything else. Like, all of this, all the models that I'm using right now, they're not the final models. I can tell you that right now. They are not the models that I'm gonna settle with because I don't really like a lot of these models that I'm currently using for those services. But I'm just using them right now because I need to finish other stuff and, well, I don't have fucking time to trial other stuff at the moment. Like, last month I was already supposed to be trying local TTS stuff, but I literally do not have time. Like, I am pulling double all-nighters every single fucking week. Sunday, Monday, literally like running on 1 hour in total of sleep is like, I do not have time for that. Close MCP. We can just take the particular MCP client from the dictionary, self.clients, self.clients, dot get from the MCP ID, and this can be none. So if we do have a target, then we can unload it and that's all good. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything. So if targets, then we can do await target.close and delete the target from self clients. I think that's all we need to do. Right. Close. Yeah. Client and self.clients. We do need to update this now that we're using a dictionary. Client key. When do you think MCPs could be finished? MCP integration could be finished like this week, honestly. Honestly, maybe even the end of today. Who knows? Yeah, I'll probably just have that up because MCP integration isn't that hard, but there are still other stuff that I want to play around with that are unrelated to MCP. We will need to edit this with the use of the new dictionary. We're starting. When we start, we'll make use of what's in config, and that's fine. Yeah, okay, let's do that. We'll make use of what's in config. We'll iterate through config MCP, and we'll pass this to load MCP. So await self-load MCP with MCP detail. And that will mean that the rest of this doesn't need to exist anymore because that's all been consolidated. Good. We need a function for getting the different prompts now because we need to build them every single time. So this doesn't need to be asynchronous. We can just have this defined synchronously. Get tooling prompt. And this will return self. No, not quite. For client key in self.clients, we're going to take each of the clients. What are they? Each of the clients tooling prompt. Tool prompt? Tooling prompt? What's the difference? Tool prompt. Why do I have tooling prompt? Oh, that's why. There we go. It should just be tool prompt. Hold on, let me just go and do not disturb. Or, oh, lucky. Let me see what you said. We truly made it out here. What the fuck is this? Why can't I fucking change my status? Ah, here we go. That's your Discord? Yeah, it is zoomed to hell in because of needing to show stuff on stream. Make the winner Anthony. Prediction. Wait, what am I supposed to put for the winner? I just got 1, 2, 3. Limit number 2, 1. All right, prediction. Y'all in your gambling. There you go. Prompt plus equal tooling prompt. What does the tooling prompt even look like? Details to tool prompt. That looks fine, actually. Yeah, okay, this looks fine. And then we can just return the prompt from here. And that should be our tooling prompt built dynamically every time this function is called. You can do pretty much the exact same thing for the response prompt. And that should be the response prompt built dynamically every single time. Okay. Now, when we use this, okay, we need to figure out what we're going to be doing for this part. Right now, when we're generating the tool calls, we are hard-coded to make use of OpenAI, but we need the ability to make use of a separate LLM to perform these tool calls, whether it be the one you use for personality or the one that you have specifically fine-tuned for these function calls. And so we kind of need to generate a new operation that is specifically used for, I guess, that is specifically used for MCP stuff. How are we gonna go about this? Because it is effectively just another text-to-text model. However, we don't want to overwrite the current text-to-text model we're using for personality. And so we would need to be able to load a separate one for MCP. We could make use of the same one we make use of there, but that's no. I don't know. Other devs in chat, I want your opinion on this. Should I make it so MCP tool calls are generated by a different LLM? Or should I have it generated by the same LLM that you use for personality? Different? 100%? Yeah, okay. Then we're gonna need to do something about that. Gonna be a special case then. If we use all, use operation, dropping a pipe in 47 seconds from now. Why 47 seconds? Why so specific? Use operation. Okay, so when we call this use operation, we can pass in an optional op ID. Now, I believe it shouldn't overwrite the current operation, but if it does, then we'll need to change that. Oh god. Fucking hell. Operation unloaded. Operation unloaded. Okay, so if there's a mismatch, then it just doesn't even try loading it. Loose load. Can I loose load? Perhaps I can loose load the operation and then save that here, and that won't overwrite anything. What loose loading does is pass back an instance of an operation, but doesn't save it to anything, a particular attribute within this class. So we can make use of that. When we call load operation, we can have a special case now where, what is this doing? No, this is not it. Load from config, load operation, load operation. We call this if self-text speech equals new op is equal to loose load operation, op type and op ID. If I do that, then this operation will be separate from the rest of the operations. What I'm thinking is that we just call loose load somewhere in the application layer and then pass that operation into our MCP manager, and it keeps a track of that there. But that would just basically move all of the operation handling out of the manager, or at least it would violate this paradigm that I've kind of created for myself. I guess what I could do is we can create a collection of operations that are just loosely loaded and don't have a particular role, because these are role-specific operations, right? And sure, you can say that MCP has a specific role and all, but maybe we don't need to do it that way. maybe we can just have it so we can have named operations, so we can have duplicate operations existing, but yeah, fuck. I'm just trying to think of how this is gonna work. Yeah, we can just have a dictionary. We can have a dictionary where the ID of it, where the key is basically the ID or our custom operation role, and then the value of that is whatever operation we want. It can be a filter, it can be anything. And so we'll have a new special function which allows us to create loosely loaded operations and then save them there. And then we can, whenever we close or anything like that, we can just close them there. That could work. But then how about it working within close operation, no, not close operation all, but close operation and load operation. Those ones need to be different. I mean, I guess these can be for the loose. Fuck. They're just like special cases. Did betting finish or something? Like, I really don't want to violate this paradigm, but I might have to. How do I make use of it inside of the application layer? No. I think I'm overcomplicating this. I think I can just edit how we are loading operations inside of load operation here. Although, fuck it. Where is get operation? Inside of the top here, we're gonna have self loose loaded. Get operations. Thank you for the
Crash
follow,
Kink
Crash
is
Kink.
now following.
Have you ever coded while high? If so, was it more or less productive? Any kind of stimulant you take, I feel like is less productive, at least in my case. Neuro is still streaming? I mean, Neuro streams for quite a while. Don't streams usually last 2 hours over there? Yeah, it does, but I don't know. Special day or something. Neuro doesn't want to quit streaming. Get operation, get operation. I really don't know how to fucking treat this paradigm or treat this exception. Because it's not like the normal... It's not like part of this enum. I guess I can add it as loose. Limit the other AI streamer just stole your viewer. It was inevitable. I can't beat Neurosama. Loose load operation. Fucking hey. I don't think I'm using loose load anywhere else, so that should be fine if I rename it just here. And then I can have another function, which is just loose load. This will take in the op type, the op ID, and the loose name. So this will be the loose key, actually. This will be what we refer to it as inside of that dictionary. Limit pick winner for prediction? Bro, you need to like tell me what the fucking winner is. I asked earlier, he didn't say. Like, are you gonna tell me who the winner is? 9 to 10 business days? Hello? Is it 1? Is it supposed to be 1? I can't fucking tell what these results are supposed to be. It was 2? When was it 2? Like, I literally do not see where it says 2 as a result. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, your gambling results, there you go. Okay, if we already have one loaded there, then we can close it. That's okay. And then we'll replace it with a new one. Okay, that loads in a new one in its place. I mean, you just robbed someone of 15,000 points? What do you mean? Is it not 2? Oh my god, guys. Bro. Well, I can't refund it. It's all I can't fucking refund it. The house always wins, whether if it's right or wrong. Oh wait, no, Light, you also said it was 2. There's so many pipes. Oh my god. Oh, the entirety of chat is working against me. This is just like the vocal minority always winning. We need another function here for closing loose operations. Close loose op. So for this one, we need to get it from 4. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing over here. There we go. Otherwise, we'll send back a operation unloaded. No? No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to handle this, that's fine. Close loose operation, load loose operation, that's okay. We don't need to make an endpoint for that, really. We'll just have it be something internally usable. Close operation all. We need to iterate through all of the keys inside of close operation, and we need to close them there. So that's fine, and then in the very end we can reset this dictionary. Yep. That should be it, I think.
Go, monkey, go!
I believe that should be it. So that means inside of our configuration, when we have operations, we should also... No. Inside of our configuration... No! Aku said pick one. I am not listening to you. Why are we all Spanish? Okay, I'm gonna look for the result myself, and I'm gonna figure out how to read this shit.
What did you say?
2, 1, 1. Bro. There's nothing! Can you pick the winner? Where the fuck does it say the winner? I think you're supposed to pick one. What does it say? Aku giving away points? Because he's dumb. Fine. What if I just pick the other one? Alright, fine. Oh god. Bro, this point system is fucking... This fucking casino... I lost hope in Limit? What the fuck do you mean? Limit, you just robbed Anthony of more points? Bro. Haku, did you not say pick one? Should do another prediction. Oh, can you pick number? The winner is Anthony, bro.
God damn!
This casino, I don't want to be a manager of this fucking casino, man. This is not what I signed up for. We truly are the house of scams. Holy shit. Yeah, as I was saying, we have MCP here, right? We need to sort out some things. MCP, but also MCP LLM, I don't know. We'll need to figure out a name for this one properly. But this one's just going to be ID. We'll say OpenAI for now. ID OpenAI. This is just going to be some text-to-text LLM. Omega lol, there you go. Limit if you fuck this shit up, I'm going to sleep. Okay. Tell me which one to pick. I'm only listening to you, Haku. This is the loser, this is the winner. So I should pick number one is what you're saying. Number one, right? It's number one. A 16 profiting. At this point, I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna talk to my accountant. When you think you're getting free points, when you just get robbed again. Let this be a lesson. Never gamble at this casino. It is a fucking scam. Does this need to be set? Probably not. Probably. I don't know. This is why you don't gamble, kids? Exactly. This is why you don't gamble, guys. It's because of people like me. Okay, so we effectively need to move this out to the beginning where we actually call it, and inside of JAIson application layer, we need to start up this new application, or we need to start up this new LLM connection for the purposes of tool calling. And so under where we have MCP manager start, this should be called after operations are loaded. Right? Load operations, self-load operations. Why are we doing this? Self-load operations using those. We don't really need to do that. Limit, Anthony wins this one. Wait, I can pick it. Yeah. I heard you cut ties with Kanye West. Who? Never heard of that guy in my life. Ah, fuck it. I don't even know why we're calling this here. I mean, I guess I do, but we kind of don't need to do that. Type ID. Instead, we can just call the op manager here, self.op manager. Loose load operation, with it being why is this a string? Handle op manager. Oh, handle op manager. Op types of this op type. Fucking hell, where is this? Op types of this op type, which is going to be text to text, and this is going to be whatever one was inside of the config. So config dot MCP LLM, I believe it was called. Yes, MCP LLM, and this is going to go under MCP. Yes, okay, this is going to go under MCP. So this will load loose load under a loose key of MCP, to which we can make use of flow. Close operation all, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Under response pipeline, we need to get the generate MCP system prompt context prompter. Where do we adjust this prompter? We make the prompter over here, but we don't do anything with it afterwards. Oh, add MCP usage prompt. No, we don't want that actually. No, we do want this, but we need it to be a little bit different. Right, because, okay, you know what? MCP. MCP will go under prompter. Oh my god. No, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, the one, okay, what I wanted to actually do, prompter is no longer going to be prompter. This is just going to be general interactivity. So general context interactions, we're going to call this interactions. Rename this to interactions. So inside of interactions, we'll have the prompter, but we'll also have MCP inside of here as well. So we're going to need to refactor a little bit of stuff in here. That's fine. Inside of MCP, or inside of the prompter, we now need to make use of the MCP here instead. That way we can get the prompts and all of that shit, as well as storing the results of whatever we get from the MCP servers into the prompter directly. Because whatever happens here is always going to make it back into the prompter. So I feel like the prompter should just be the main thing here. So from .mcp import import manager, MCP manager, and this is going to be MCP manager. This is so dumb. Because then if we want to adjust the MCP stuff, we need to send it through there. We'll need to send stuff to the MCP manager, but also through the prompter. So maybe they shouldn't be dependent on each other like that. Add MCP results. Sure, add MCP results. Generate MCP user context. Generate MCP system context. Usage prompt. I'm so fucking confused. What? MCP usage prompt. Add MCP usage prompt. This is that. This is that. Where are we using this response prompt? And we're not even using it anywhere. We are adding it to here. Fuck. Ah, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. You know what we're going to do? We're just gonna update the prompt every single fucking time. That should be fine. So inside of JAIson, whenever we call the response prompt, whenever we call this response pipeline, we're just going to add it to here. So self.prompter.add MCP usage context, whatever. This is going to be from the MCP server .mcp manager .get, what the fuck, where are you? .get tooling prompt and get system prompt, or whatever the fuck it's called. Get response prompt. What is this called? Get response prompt. Is it response? Is it in that order? Prompter. Tooling prompt, response prompt. Yes, it is. Okay. And then once that is added, we can generate the two prompts. Sure. We generate the two prompts. We call we call ops manager dot use operation. No, we want to get the operation. We want to get the loose MCP operation, which will be the loose MCP operation is not here. And in fact, we need to move this back out. We're going to keep them separate. Get tooling, get response, use. No, we're looking at operations manager. Loose load operation, that will loosely load it. You need to get the loose operation though. Because use is only used for the role specific ones. But we want to use a loose one. So fine. Why is this use operation? Shouldn't it be use? JAIson, use operation. Okay, no, that's fine. How is this synchronous? Yeah, how is this? Oh, it returns a generator. Right. Okay. So use loose operation. Self and loose key. So if no operation is equal to self dot loose loaded operation, loose loaded ops dot get loose key, otherwise it's none. If we have an op, then we can make use of it, otherwise we raise this unloaded error, and this unloaded error will take in loose and nothing else. As for this op, on the other hand, we need to pass return op dot use. What is it? Oh, it is just called like that. And this needs a payload. Okay. I actually want to make use of this operation unloaded up here for the loose load as well, or the loose close. Loose close? Close loose operation. Yes. Okay, I think that should be fine now. So we should be able to make all this function. And is there JAIson here? When we call this operation manager, we're going to call this specific function, and the specific function we need to pass in the loose key, which will be MCP, as well as the payload, which will be system prompt and user prompt as shown here, but specifically MCP system prompt and MCP user prompt. So this will get back some stuff for us. For chunk inside of this generator, we are going to accumulate the tool response, tooling response. We're going to accumulate it within here, so tooling response plus equals chunk content. And so this will get back our full tooling response. We can pass this full tooling response back to use, and inside of use, we are going to just get the tooling response as a string. Tooling response as a string. And so we don't care about any of these. We'll pass in tooling response here, and we get the individual tooling calls, parse it out, yes, 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 operate them, and then return the actual list, and we can continue to use it as per normal. MCP tool call results, yes, that gets added, and we continue. So that seems good now. We can load up a separate text-to-text LLM for the purposes of that. Oh, but we would need to configure it. Fuck. This is so annoying. This is actually so annoying. Okay, the thing is, how we currently have configuration set up is that it's kind of global. This configuration will apply to all OpenAI text-to-text models. But if we want to load one with a different configuration, that isn't possible through this. Please, no rice roll. What we could do, though, is have it... You know, we can have it on a per operation basis, so the configuration is going to look different, but something like OpenAI, for example, right? We can take this stuff and then throw it into here instead. And so that way we have configuration per instance. It makes the configuration way more bloated, but I think it's kind of necessary in our case. Did you throw something IRL? Yeah, I just dropped something. Oh, but that's gonna fucking make things so much more convoluted. Whatever. It is what it is. This is what we have to do. Keep it simple, silly. I know, but this is as simple as I can keep it if I want to have this kind of exception with an LLM separate from the rest of these. We need to configure it per instance or per operation instance. And so, yeah, this is as simple as I can really keep it. This is Cobalt speech to text or text to speech. Cobalt TTS. Prompter stuff, Cobalt. We'll keep that as is. Speech to text. And Cobalt text to text. Okay, I doubt we're gonna be finished today because we need to refactor some more stuff now. Yay, more refactoring. This is for Cobalt text to text, right? Cobalt text to text. Refactor season 3, let's go. At least this one is only going to be an episode long. Fucking hell. Speech. This is text to speech, right? Text to speech using OpenAI. Wait. This is for TTS. Why is this here? Is it bad? I don't know what refactors means because every time he talks about it, I get bored and doze off. It is literally just rewriting code, re-implementing code. That is all it is, and it is freaking boring. Refactoring is like one of the worst things we can do, but it is kind of necessary if we want to make anything decent. What is this? Speech to text? Is there... RVC. And a pitch filter. AC model. Sentence chunker, I believe. I mean, spacey model is kind of general. We'll just have it there. And is there speech to text? Okay. Is that it? I believe that is not it because we should have more configuration. Right, I feel like we're missing stuff for PyTTS, we're missing stuff for fish. I feel like we're missing a lot of stuff. Did I not include it in here? Oh my god, don't tell me I didn't. I didn't include it in the example, yeah, well that's another thing we need to update, yeah. No, fuck it, I'll just include it in version 2.2, whatever, it is close enough. Well, you're fucking kidding me. Did you have problems with sending info from whatever you trained your fine-tune to your model? What? Did you have problems with sending info from whenever you trained your fine-tune to your model? I don't know what you mean by that. This one, just one. Shh, audio. Oh, I'm probably doing it wrong then. You shouldn't be sending... Your fine-tuning is different from your normal inference time stuff. Fine-tuning is just like a one and done kind of thing. Right? All it's doing is just like additional training in a sense. That's there, that's there. TTS for Cobalt, I don't know what that, oh no, that's there. TTS, we're missing something. That's part of Synth TTSG, are you kidding me? Didn't rename that? Oh my god, there's so much stuff I'm missing! What have I done? How did I miss these? Is it still called Synth inside of here? It is! It is still called Synth TTSG. No, this configuration shit needs a refactor. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I could do something like this in general, but my hardware won't allow it. You don't even need that advanced hardware to do at least most of this. The only time you would actually need specific hardware is if you were running your models locally. but you really don't even need to run your models locally, right? You can do this entirely using OpenAI. That would, yeah, it doesn't matter what GPU you have. Because like GPU, the only time you would need GPU is when you're doing graphics or AI stuff. Anything with like a crazy amount of simple compute like those two. But any other case, you don't even need it. Such as if you were to use OpenAI for all of your AI stuff, then that is just, you just need the internet and then you can do that. You can even like run this on a Raspberry Pi technically, as long as you are able to plug like an Ethernet cable or have Wi-Fi to your Raspberry Pi, right? The only reason why this is so complicated, so bloated, is because we have 10 million integrations and we need it all to play nicely together. How much is it costing right now, running it off of OpenAI? You could get away with $15 a year. Honestly, $15 a year, maybe even fucking less. It just depends on how often you are interacting with it, because honestly, if you're a single person developing your own personal project using this, and you aren't generating like thousands and thousands of pages or text files of output, it's not going to be expensive in the grand scheme of things, right? Building a new fucking PC, the cost is negligible. The cost is negligible from a day to day, right? It's like a couple cents at most. Each stream costs me like 10 cents if I were to do a chill stream with JAIson. And that's like with text to speech, that's with text to text generation. And yeah, training makes the most monies, yes. Fine tuning your own models will be the most expensive part, but it's just a one-time thing. And even then, if you keep your sample size of your fine-tuning data set to like, let's say 100 entries, then it's really not that expensive. Usually under $1 for training. Yeah, I'd say whenever I train a model, it ends up, or fine-tune a model, in that kind of scenario, it would come out being like 30 cents at most. And that was like with my mega ginormous data set. You're putting money aside for a home lab of sorts? Well, if you want to get started with learning to train AI models, you really don't need a home lab. Just get like a decent graphics card, like a 30 series minimum, and then you can do all the stuff, really. I mean, you can even use a 1070 for LLM stuff, I think, because CUDA is very old. CUDA is way older than the 30 series. They've been developing it since like the beginning of time or whatever. Speech to text doesn't have any options, right? I believe it does not. And okay. So this is what our new configuration is going to look like. All of the options for each one of our operations are now per... yeah, they're per item in the list. And it's going to be the same thing down here as well. Oh my god, hold on. It's going to be the same thing down here for where we have MCP as well. It's going to be like ID OpenAI, but it's also going to have all of the options for OpenAI, right? That way we kind of keep the same configuration flexibility, but can have it unique per operation type, right? So this one we can change the model to keep it as 4.0, so it's specifically using 4.0 for generating MCP tool calls, which might be better than, say, a fine-tuned model of JAIson, which will talk significantly different. I just realized. Wait. This entire time, I haven't even been using my fine-tuned model of JAIson. I've been using just GPT-4o Mini straight up. So literally, JAIson's personality you've been hearing up until now has been unfine-tuned. Fucking, no wonder! No wonder! Oh my god. Wait, how much does training cost? You're not training, you're fine-tuning. Fine-tuning, you only need like 15 text completions at most. Well, you need around 15 to get some decent result. And fine-tuning with that much costs maybe like 10 cents per model. Once you get your like one good fine-tuned model, you don't need to fine-tune ever again until you want to change the personality or refine-tune a new model. But I can't believe this entire time. Okay, well, I think it's kind of, guys. Oh my god. I just realized, because this is not JAIson's fucking fine-tuned model, I have officially lost access to JAIson's fine-tuned model, and I'm gonna have to make a new model. I'm being forced to by the fucking guys at OpenAI to go and make my own local model. Why? Because I'm still locked out of my account, and they won't help me. So I do not have the fucking model ID anymore, and it's fucking cooked. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I was gonna do it anyways, because I hate using OpenAI for making fine-tuned personalities, because they are the fucking... It's so brainwashed to speak in its usual tone that it's just... I don't know, man. Version control? My version... I did not care about keeping track of the model IDs because I had them all on OpenAI. I did not think that OpenAI would fucking gut my account. But whatever, that's gonna be changed up soon anyways. I'm probably gonna switch over to Cobalt or directly integrate a model into one of these operations. I don't fucking know. But we need to change this. How are we going to change this? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this configuration stuff some more thought when I'm offline. But I think that'll... I don't want to spend too much time thinking about that. But besides that, once I have a separate instance of an LLM configured differently so that we can make better tool calls without having to a personality influence it or anything, the rest of this should be fine. The rest of this should already be fine. Yes, yes. I will need to make some adjustments. I'll perhaps add some new API endpoints for configuring the loaded and configuring the loaded MCPs. We need to refactor this configuration structure because it is kind of ass at the moment. You're finished working? Well, I'm about to finish up soon as well, it seems. But yeah. The manager for MCP, this is good enough for loading, unloading, using all the MCP stuff. That's good, that's fine. All of this should also be fine. The sampling callback, we need to implement this so it makes use of the one that's loaded for MCP. That's okay. Read timeouts. Read timeout. Oh, we'll keep this to like 5 seconds, sure. The rest of this, okay. Okay, that's fine. Well, we didn't get to finish cleaning up today because there's some more stuff that I need to think about how I want to restructure. But I think that's all I'm gonna do for today because, yeah, we still need to do a little bit more planning. But I think definitely by the end of this week, if I've finished thinking of how I want to restructure the configuration and stuff, I think we might be able to finish the MCP stuff by Sunday, have that uploaded, and then we can continue with the rest of the memory arc. I started programming in Python like 3 days ago and got to the fine-tuning process within like 8 hours, but I guess I was trying to use a reference. I guess what I was trying to use for a reference was like so fucked up that it's crazy I even got there. Did you plan to use some kind of database for memory? There are multiple things that I want to explore. You should raid my dad's brother on Twitch. Ain't no fucking way. I'm raiding your uncle. Yeah, for memory, I have several things that I want to experiment and play around with to kind of see the quality of memories that we do pull back, right? So some of the things that I do want to check out is knowledge graphs, is lore books, is flat database semantic searching, or even hierarchical database searching using memory trees and stuff. You know what? We're streaming your uncle. Send it over. His username is Solid Plasma. Let's see this. Solid Plasma. Software and game development, okay. Sure, you know what?
There's no audio!
There is most definitely audio.
Upgrade portal. Interesting.
This is the game he's making?
Wow. Battle.
Battle. Alright, you know what? We'll rate him.
Oh, we're still winning. Okay, nice. That's really good. Alright, so we're gonna go.
Alright, anyways. Enjoy the raid, guys. I'm gonna head out and do some more work fucking IRL. The work never ends. Yeah, enjoy the stream. We'll see you next stream, which is going to be a chill stream with JAIson. We're gonna see how well she does with a solo stream. She's just gonna yap to you guys in chat, and I'm just gonna be in the background doing my own work, not really talking. Yeah, enjoy the stream, enjoy next stream as well. I'll see you all back again on Sunday. No memory, no, we're not working on memory tomorrow, or on whatever, because I need to fucking catch up on some schoolwork. But anyways, I'll see you all next time. Bye. Or, well, there is a delay, hold on. We still got 10 seconds. Thanks for the stream limit. Thank you for coming out. And show Solid Plasma some love, yeah? Why did he cut ties? I don't know who you mean by Kanye West. Goodbye.